Hey there, everybody. So welcome back. So tonight I'm going to be doing a collaboration with Phillies Hot Stove. So I want to be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you have the notification bell on for more content coming. It's we're good.
Mm.
So that's the thing too. Like so far overall, what would you grade the offseason acquisitions so far at this point when it comes to the moves that they've made so far at this point?
I think there's different ways you could look at it. If you're going to take a look at our offense, I think we've done a great job stacking up and having a great lineup. And I think I really like how deep our lineup is, and I think we've done a good job with the lefty righty, especially with the re-signing of Dieter Gregorius that was made official today. If you're going to look at the starting rotation, I'm not a huge fan of Chase Anderson. I do like Matt Moore better because he is a left-hander. I did spend 2020 in Japan, so he got more playing time since Emily only played 60 games. So you got to factor that in a little bit, but Chase Anderson, not crazy about that signing, but I like Eflin at number 3. I think that our rotation is better than it was last season. At the end of last season, I think we've done a decent job with the rotation. I think with the bullpen with today's signing, I love today's signing with Kinsler. I mean, I think I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing his last name wrong. I think he's going to be a great acquisition for our bullpen. The thing I love is that he knows Bryce, and Bryce really pushed hard to get him. He has great numbers. He has ERA in like the mid twos the past couple of seasons. He was an All-Star in 2017. I think he's going to be a great acquisition for this Phillies team. I think he's really going to help bolster our bullpen even more. I mean, I really love to get a guy in the back end of the bullpen, like a legit closer, like a Liam Hendricks, and then you have a guy like Archie Bradley and Hector Nurses in your setup role, and then you have Jose Alvarado, and you bring back Jose Alvarez, and you have like even with today, acquisitions of Kinsler. I think that those guys in the back end of the bullpen would be great. You bring back, Blake Parker, as your middle reliever, as one of your middle relievers. I think that's a great acquisition as well. So I think the bullpen is significantly better if you do that. But even with the acquisitions they've already made, they do bring back Blake Parker and Jose Alvarez. The closing, position is a bit of a question mark for me. I mean, who is it going to be? Have they really fully adjusted? I think Trevor Rosenthal, if we could, sign him, I think this would be great for this team. But as regards to a grade, I give him maybe a C plus in the bullpen. I think they couldn't have done a better job.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Uh,
saying. I was a good grade too, like C plus or C minus, because
yeah,
I saw on Twitter that Phillies and like four other teams were going after Trevor Rosenthal.
I hope they get him. I really
Because the
do.
one, because other than Rosenthal, the only other guy I would have wanted on my wish list was Josh Stomont from Kansas City. He
Yeah,
was consistently hitting triple digits. You know?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all about locations. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I was really disappointed to see Alex Colon walk like that and go to the Twins. I was so
That's true.
disappointed about. Yeah, and honestly, we dumped like what was it, $7 million into Matt Moore and Chase Anderson, but we can't spend 6.2, $5 million on signing Alex Colon.
Or how like the Nationals spent 10.5 on Brad Hand. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, like honestly, like and Mike Rizzo, Nats GM and president. I mean, he just swooped in. I mean, they weren't
yeah.
even rumored to even be in, and then bam, they
Because
just
think
got them.
about it. It was just like us with JT Realmuto. We were never in talks with Realmuto in the off season before. It was like
Not
other
really.
like four or five other teams, and we just took them. And still, I
Yeah.
know I definitely love the guy, but I know it still I feel like it still comes and bites us in the ass. I don't know how to describe it, but I know it bites us in the ass with Sanchez, and it really
Yeah,
annoys
I
me.
know, man. Yeah, well, the thing is that like it all
But we,
depends on like how it's going to pan out. Like honestly, like, we don't know, and we have to wait. Because he had some health issues when he was with the Phillies, for a while.
that's
He did.
true. It was mostly like elbow issues.
Yeah, and there were concerns that he'd move to the bullpen. He'd just be a reliever. That was
Yeah,
the concern. So I mean, who knows? I mean, he's still young. Yeah, he had a good 2020 season. He was terrible in the postseason, and he wasn't good
yeah,
at the
that's
back
true.
end of the 2020 season. He just wasn't.
But the good
Yeah.
thing about it is we're having Realmuto, and that's the thing too. And I mentioned this too on one of my videos that I think Realmuto is going to age a lot better than most catchers would be
Oh, there's no question. He's very
because
athletic. I mean, he
like
can
cause he's
run.
already entering in the prime of his career. He's
Oh
going to be
yeah, he's
30
gonna
very
age
soon.
great. I'm not worried about him. Yeah, he's gonna age wonderfully. I mean, like honestly, like the thing is that yeah, he could run. Like he's athletic. Like, he
He's a
was.
five. He's your typical 5 tool player. Like
Oh yeah, I mean, it's
say if
amazing
you need
how
him a
as a
day off
catcher.
of catching, you can put him at first. You know, get
Exactly,
do the
it's
little bust
unbelievable.
that
Yeah,
Buster Posey move.
right. Yeah,
And,
especially once the years go on, if they do eventually have a DH in the National League, maybe you see him get some time there. I know he was asked that in his press conference.
uh, I would see that. And the funny thing is, it's like I don't mind, and that's the thing too. Now with the season upcoming, I think all of our regular bullpen guys are going to be healthy. Only excluding
Right.
is Mingus, which that's a shame
Oh
though.
my! I'm tired of waiting around on him. I already said that in one of my videos. I said I'm
Yeah,
so tired.
it's time for my like it's him and Velasquez. I would like to move on from and get something, package those two and get something in return
Yeah,
because
it's just enough waiting for these guys.
I'm now looking back, like we haven't seen anything out of Mark Appel, and I did make a Ken Giles video too. Like he's another
Uh,
guy I would like to bring back.
yeah, dude, he won't be ready until 2022, but that's okay. That's okay.
Hey, time you need
Right.
because
Exactly.
it's
But
like it would be nice to bring him back home into
right.
where he belongs. I mean,
I would love to have him back. Yeah, well, that was like the worst trade ever when we traded
it's
away.
and
Yeah.
I can mention that too. It's like why would we do that?
No, I
Like
don't get it.
I
I
don't
don't
get
get
it
it.
either. But like like you said, we did pretty well offensively. We're starting adding bench pieces here and there.
Right. Our bench is still pretty weak though. We need someone to solidify that bench. I think Brad Miller would be fantastic.
That's what I'm saying. Brad Miller is like on my list. Brad Miller is number one. But now
But
since we
honestly, the problem is I think he wants the starting position. I don't blame him. That's why
yeah
he didn't resign. We actually tried to resign him at the end of 2019, and he
yeah
went off at the end of the season, and he ended up getting the starting position with the Cardinals.
yeah, and it's just like it would be nice to bring him and bringing back that bamboo superstition.
Right.
It's just like for some reason like something whatever I know that bamboo plant whatever Brad Miller did like it just something clicked with our offense.
Yeah. That was so funny. Yeah, he's a funny dude. He's kind of an odd duck, but he's so funny. I remember
Yeah.
that against the Mets. Yeah, that was awesome, man. That was a 4-game sweep against the Mets when Gene Segura hit that walk off, like what was it, 3-run home run against Diaz with the baby blue
No, that
uniforms.
was
Oh,
what's his face? No, because it was an extra innings because ninth inning Diaz came in. I think it was Michael Givens. He was another former Oriole that he gave up a 3-run bomb. It was a 3-run bomb to Segura.
oh no, it was Edwin Diaz. It was in the bottom of the ninth inning. Todd
Oh, the
Frazier hit this home run, and then Michael Franco hit a game tying 2-run home run. And then Gene Segura
okay.
comes up and
And
hits
that's the thing too.
a
I feel it's just weird now. Like now looking back at it, I'm seeing how much more success as Cesar. It's like, and it blows my mind. Like having winning the first goal, but then yeah, we already. I mean, That's the thing too. Like, I would, like you said, like I think we could, at least package Segura because I don't think we have like a decent second base prospect at this
no.
point.
No, we
Because,
don't actually. No, we don't at all. And
and
I'm
that's
not a big fan of Segura. He's not a team player. He's just not. He's just not a team player. He's lazy.
he's not as good as he once was. Like during his
No,
time
he's
in.
not. Yeah, yeah. Ever since he came to Philly, I thought actually him coming to Philly would actually be better, but it turned out that
I mean, he's
not actually
inconsistent. Let's put it that way.
very
You know.
inconsistent. Yeah, yeah. He actually
Now,
started the 2020 season really bad, and then like he kind
yeah,
of turned it on. Yeah,
yeah.
and
I
then
mean,
now he's
like
terrible again.
now think about this. Like we're like if we get rid of Segura and now because this is gonna be last year of McCutcheon's deal, so we're gonna need a left
He'll
field.
decline his option. They have an option on him, but they're going to decline it probably.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. What I know Phillies. I know most Phillies fans would have want Wong and at second base, but I don't know how much we pay for him.
Right. Yeah. You see, I don't know. I think that's kind of a situation where there's a devil that you know, and then there's a devil that you don't know. So like the thing is that like yeah, you want to get rid of Segura so bad, but you got to be careful about what path you go down. You don't want to get another Segura on your hands. You know, you, yeah, or potentially worse. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean
definitely.
Segura's like not terrible. I mean he's not like the guy's hitting 200, but like he's like yeah, I mean he's kind of he makes a lot of contact, puts the ball in play up, and he doesn't have the
But there
big
are times where he just half-ass. Sometimes he half-asses it.
all the time. He doesn't hustle. He makes the
Because I
weirdest
remember.
decisions when a
Oh,
routine pop up in the infield and he just drops it.
I'm trying
Just
to
weird.
think. That reminds me of one moment. was it? I don't think it was J Roll. I remember one moment, one Philly got benched because he
Oh,
did
it was Jimmy Rollins. Yeah, I remember that. He was hitting
really.
him on
It
second base.
was.
I remember that.
Yeah, he's
I wasn't watching the Phillies. I just remember looking back in that video and watching Charlie Manuel bench Jimmy Rollins for that. Yeah.
Jeez, I just remember that. Yeah, that's the thing too now because where we, I mean, I see that's the thing too. I mean, I feel like we have a hard time developing our young stars.
Oh no! Our
But
scouting, player development, it's all terrible.
and that's the thing too. Like, I mean, Barber's not a bad scouting director, but I think
No, he's not at all. I
we
like Brian Barber.
expanded. You know, I like the international size. I'm not gonna lie because it feels like MLB now is more Latin based players,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like
and it's weird
Juan
though
Soto,
because
Ronald Acuna Jr., and some of the younger Latino superstars. I mean, they're
yeah, because it's like
superstars.
because like the
Yeah.
only like when it comes to baseball, Japan's like the powerhouse when it comes to that. Well, other
Yeah.
than like the DR, very
Yeah.
because it's like because I mean back then like the early 2000s we the only like Ichiro I know was the humongous was the superstar coming over here.
Right. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
it's
Oh
ever
wow! New breaking news: Andrew Benintendi is close to being traded. Royals are the front runner to acquire him. Breaking news from John Marucci. Wow.
damn.
Yeah,
I would have
man.
thought
Some news breaking in
damn.
the show. Wow, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That is
If it's
crazy.
the same way when the Chase Anderson news broke, like I was just watching MLB Network till I got a thing. I was like, I got a thing for ESPN. I was like, oh, what this is? Turns out that Phillies went out to Chase Anderson. So I was like, really? You could. I thought to myself, they could have done a lot better with him. But then again,
Yeah.
I mean, it's all or nothing because, like,
Yeah, exactly. I honestly, I'd rather have him than Vince Velasquez. Let me just say.
I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with say or that or with Hembry or over Workman.
Oh my gosh, yeah, those guys
These
were the
those guys.
absolute
I mean,
worst.
I like Tom. Even I like Tommy Hunter at times.
I
I'm not
did,
gonna.
I did too. I mean, he wasn't afraid to take the ball. That's the thing I like. I like a guy who isn't afraid to take a ball because honestly, with Pat Neshek, I don't know if you remember him. Of course, I'm sure you
Yeah,
do. He was petrified to take the baseball. He always was like, oh, I need
yeah.
more rest. He was
Now we don't have him any. That's
yeah.
because now looking at our roster, I think where we have our third baseman for the future, and the power is certainly there. But the
Oh
problem
yeah.
now you got to fix the defense.
Yeah, yeah, I know. If only he was a better. I kind of refer to him as Anthony Rendon Jr., but if only he had Tony Rendon's glove. I mean, which he doesn't, unfortunately. I would love if he had
Exactly.
Tony Rendon's glove.
Now, how about what are you thinking about freaking St. Louis stealing Arenado from Colorado
What are they getting? I mean, they're getting a guy who is a great defender. There's no question about that. But they're getting a guy who hits
for pretty much
250,
basically
260 away from Coors Field. I mean, his numbers aren't fantastic away from Coors Field. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see what he does away from Coors Field because there's no
exactly
more
because
excuses.
now when the new baseballs are coming into play this season,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Right.
it just it's blow it for me. It confuses me. Like what I feel like some pros actually have seen because I feel like MLB did lie about the juice, and I think the
Juice
other
balls. Yeah.
yeah, I think Verlander was the first one to speak about it.
Yeah, Verlander. He's made some arrogant remarks on his Twitter. He's turned me off a little bit. He's
I mean, yeah, he turns everybody up, but I mean, dude, for a guy in his what kind of late 30s, give or take, still getting up. I mean, dude's got
yeah.
a
There's
whole
some
thing
theories
all
out there
right.
that he's juicing a
He's
little bit,
very
but I don't
arrogant.
know. Uh,
He's very arrogant. He's a
yeah, he's
good.
very arrogant. There's no question. There's some rumors out there that he's juicing, but I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't think so. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions. It's not
Uh,
fair. Yeah, but he's a competitor. I'll give it to him.
I mean,
He's
you got to give
definitely.
him credit for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like now we're going to have our shortstop for the future and Bryson Stott coming up in 2022. Once we get once Didi leaves,
Right. After
the only issue
2022. D leaves after
is
20.
now.
But the thing I like about this, and I made this point in my show, is that he'll come up as kind of a part-time bench player when he
Yeah,
does come
that's the
up.
thing too. Like give him some major league experience, so by the time, so you won't have to keep sending him down.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And that's the thing too. And this brings me back when Hoskins and Dylan Cousins had that hype all all around when they were in the minor league.
Dylan Cousins, I remember that guy.
Oh my God!
Felt bad for him, man. He kind of
I
got.
mean, I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, he
But
kind of got the shaft handed to him by the Phillies, didn't he? Yeah,
also
that was.
kind of with. I thought also in with Cousins, like he
was
was
a
good.
whole dude.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Big lefty. Yeah.
Yeah, injuries were kind of start kind of piling up.
Yeah, they were. There's no question.
Yeah, so I feel like that was an understandable reason.
Yeah, remember the home run in Chicago, Wrigley Field, down the right field line, I think it was, or was it left field? I forget. It was like back in 2018. Yeah. Back in 2018, I remember that. Yeah, there was a lot of hype around him. Yeah, there's a lot of hype around him. But
the funny thing is, I found out Reese Hoskins from the Australian Baseball League. I didn't know who I didn't know who this guy was. I was like, who the hell is it? Who's Hoskins? So I had to freaking look him up. Like, oh, it's a Phillies prospect. I was like, well, I would have never have known that.
Right.
Because like when it comes to the draft, like I don't know who to look out for. But I think taking a pitcher, I think kind of helps because I think Mick Gable's got a very high ceiling for a kid who's.
Yeah, I love that guy. He is going to be something special. And Dombrowski loves him too. He's made some positive remarks about him. Yeah.
He's like a guy.
That's really says something with the president baseball ops is talking about you.
Yeah, and now you have Sam Fold as our G, and that's
I
the thing.
like him a lot.
Like say Bryce Harper, like take it this way. I think Harper would meet the perfect GM to find the different players that he can get to grab.
Yeah, he's when he retires, watch him like be an owner or like watch him go into the front office or something, man. Like, he's gonna do it. Because I think by then there's gonna be a team in Las Vegas. I guarantee you, he will finish his career at the Phillies and then he'll he'll probably take a few years off, but he will go back in baseball again and do something.
Go back to Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, by then there's gonna be a team there, no doubt. No question. I mean, you already saw the Oakland Raiders move to Las Vegas. Yeah, now they're Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, you're definitely going to see the baseball team go there.
So for me, what would you be your record? The prediction for their record at this point? Well, coming up since it's 162 games.
Honestly, I see us around maybe I'm probably going to get flack for this again, but I see us around 85. Maybe 85 wins at most. I mean,
I was thinking about between 80. Like somewhere in the middle between 80 and 90.
Yeah, I can see that too, but honestly, I don't think any more than that. I think that's
between 85 to 87 at best.
Yeah, 85. I'm going to say 85 and 77.
81. Well, what was the lowest? We ever been 81? Or actually, no.
Yeah, the last time we had a record over 500 was back in 2011. So,
and the funny thing is, I was talking to an old friend of mine. Yeah, and the thing is, like, we're doing so good up to the month of September, and we just collapse. And it scratches it's a head scratch. It's like, how the hell do we collapse in September? Well, from March or April, wherever we started, up to almost playoff time, and then you just fall
and then
apart.
When we did it in 2020, we collapsed from late July, and we couldn't even hold on to September. I mean, come on. I think we just hit a slump, coincidentally. Yeah, that wasn't your typical collapse. It just, we ran into a slump. We were going high for a while, and then we crashed. And
that's true.
If the season would have kept going on, we would have turned it around.
I mean, as much as most Phillies fans, we hate them. And that's the thing with the Mets. Like, they're so good on paper, but for some reason they can't. Because for me, the funny thing is, like,
the Mets don't really scare me, honestly.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. I mean, the only good pitcher you have that who actually does stay healthy is DeGrom. That's the best.
He's getting older. He's getting older. Might I add? He's getting older. Yeah.
I think. Yeah, it's just like I think the Mets are kind of a little bit young. They're like young and old at the same time.
Yeah, they are. Their star rotation's definitely on the older side, but I think with Lindor, what if you saw him walk after this year? Wouldn't that be something to give up, all that stuff to Cleveland?
No, just seeing him in the
I mean, honestly, he's had some injury problems too.
I forgot about that's true, and he also had some embarrassing moments too, like when he gets tripped over his own bat.
Yeah, well, I have my closest friend's a diehard Mets fan, and he's like, oh, we're the favorites, so come get us. Well, how did that turn out to you?
I don't think
2 years ago.
You got to look at it from a different perspective because they're so good on paper, but when they put together, like it's different. It's completely different.
Remember in 2019 they said the same thing.
And they just collapsed.
Yeah, they totally collapsed. Yeah, honestly, I think Robinson Cano getting suspended.
I
I
mean,
think that actually helped him.
exactly,
Totally.
and that's the thing too. Like when he saw the spine and stuff, and I thought to myself, "There's no way this guy, and it was almost in his 40s, having a spine and step. Something kind of my like PED thing was coming. My little senses were kind of kicking in. It's like something's not right.
Right. Yeah. I tell you, I'm so disappointed. I was a big Robbie Cano fan, but boy,
Yeah,
he's
he was
really
in
been
his
a disappointment.
prime. Like he
Right.
was that's the Yankees' best player for a year. God, was for
And
years until
then he walks, and then he goes to Seattle, and he never really was the same after that.
exactly.
I mean,
And
I
it's
think he had
just
a
like
couple All-Star seasons there, but not anything like spectacular like he was with the
yeah,
Yankees.
and,
And he grew up a Yankees fan, I believe. So I mean, I
I
think
would
he
think.
grew up in the New York area. Yeah,
Ever heard of anything about Jason Dominguez? That dude's
I've
a
heard the name. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, 18. And people don't, and some people don't look like he doesn't look like he's 18. There's no way in hell for a guy his like he's almost like size of, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. But I mean, I mean nowadays I don't like the Yankees. Like you said, they're kind of overrated.
Oh, they totally
The
are.
fact that they have guys like I mean Judge when
Judge
healthy,
is not the fourth best right fielder in baseball. He's not. He's not. He's not better than Bryce Harper. He's not.
hell no. I do because that's the
I
thing
don't
to
think
like
he is.
for
I like
like
Aaron Judge, but he's not the fourth best right fielder in baseball.
you understand it because his body's only made of glass.
Right.
Like you can't
He's hurt like every minute. I mean, seriously,
exactly
it's
because you see
ridiculous.
guys
Oh,
of
he's
his
hurt again. He's
size,
hurt again. It's ridiculous.
it is. But getting back to the
Yeah.
Phillies, it's like I feel we need. They say I say like two more bullpen pieces and a fifth start because I was because
Yeah.
if I well Sam Fold, I will give Howard more time to develop because the stuff is there.
Right. I think Anderson. You said fifth starter. I think Anderson's going to be our fifth starter. Apparently, that's what the plan is as of now. But honestly, if we have a six-man rotation, then maybe I still think Anibal Sanchez could be in play for us. I
That's what I'm
really
saying.
do.
Go after like
I
Anibal,
like
Jake
Anibal Sanchez.
Odorizzi,
Yeah,
like
Jacob Rizzi. Yeah, I like that idea. I think that's a good. And
because
honestly, yeah, I mean, I made a video. I believe it was last week talking about how the Phillies could fix their bullpen. I think Trevor Rosenthal could work, and I was
yeah,
really
Trevor
disappointed
Rosenthal I think would
without
be
Colom.
perfect
I
fit.
thought that could have been a great fit.
To have a back end guy.
Oh yeah, I mean, they nearly need to solidify the back end of that bullpen because
Well,
getting
legit
middle relievers isn't as hard. It's just not.
because the thing we haven't had a legitimate closer since Brad Lidge. That's the thing.
Yeah, Papelbon was good though. I mean, he's the all-time saves
Yeah,
leader. I mean,
it was his
I don't
attitude.
like him, but he was
Yeah,
good.
he's one of those
Yeah.
guys like you like and you like and you hate.
Can't stand the guy, but the GC strangling Harper.
Oh God, yeah.
That was insane, man. And
And
then
it,
I saw that he just made out. He has not made a public appearance since he was released by the Nats in 2016. He just finally came out and made a public statement about Dustin Pedroia retiring, about like what a great teammate he was, and like the first time like he's came out and spoke publicly like since he was like retired.
I mean, it's well, you also got to blame Machado for that too. He's
yeah.
And that kind
Machado,
of
he got
for some
flunks,
reason, Machado turns me. He rubs me the wrong way when it comes to.
I'm not a fan, man. I am with you on that 100%. I'm not. I'm so glad we got Harper over Machado.
Harper over Machado because I think
I actually looked at some numbers today. They had Machado compared to Harper like the first 2 years, and they just showed batting average, home runs. But honestly, if you look deeper into the advanced stats, Harper's way ahead of him. And
that's the thing too.
like
I think
some of the other a lot of the most important advanced stats.
Oh, definitely, because it's like having some like Harper and Machado, playing in the majors at age 19, which is like most high schoolers nowadays or college guys. Like, it shows like the kind of what star power that they have.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's insane. I mean, like I talked about in my free agent video, they were free agents when they were 26 years of age.
Yeah,
like,
still in the prime of their careers.
It's insane. Like, I mean, honestly, like it's just like that came up when like Harper came up when he was 19 years old. I mean, like that's crazy. I mean, like
MVP. No, it was yeah, okay, he did win an MVP. No, did he win an MVP? I think it
was 2015. Yeah, he won in 2015. Yeah, he won MVP 2015. Won Rookie of the Year 2012 when he came up. Yeah, and honestly, I think there's a question that I get a lot, and the question is, has Bryce Harper lived up to the hype, and it kind of like depends on like what do you consider him to be hype? Like, do you consider
Like
him?
what? Like how do you define
Yeah,
hype?
yeah. I think it all depends on what were your expectations? Do you expect him to be the best player in baseball? If you thought that he was going to be the best player in baseball, then no, he hasn't lived up to your hype. But honestly, he's won an MVP. He's on track to be a Hall of Famer. In my eyes, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated when he was 16 years old. The eyes have been on
Yeah,
him his
since
whole
that
life.
hasn't
This is
happened.
Bryce. This is Bryce.
Yeah,
Like
because the thing is, like,
the eyes have always been on him. He's a
yeah, because he
big
hasn't
game
like
Bryce.
like since you mentioned he's on the Sports Illustrated, that hasn't happened since LeBron James entered the
Yeah,
NBA.
man, the chosen one. The chosen one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I tell you,
because
Bryce
like,
has had a lot of pressure on him his whole life. It's Bryce.
but
Have you ever
he's
seen the
shown like,
documentary, Bryce Begins? I love that.
oh yeah, that's a great
I've
one.
seen that like 1,000 times. I'm a hard I know like every fact about him. I know him like from the back of my hand. I mean of course done a lot of research, but he's just a great guy. I love having him on the team. As Jack Fritz said a couple of weeks ago, he's like just seeing him walk into the ballpark every day is just so like
Like he's
cool.
that
It's
leader
just
that we
awesome.
need. He's a leader in that clubhouse.
Oh, he is. I think, and I think he's at that point of his career now. He's only 28, but he's a 10-year veteran. So he, is setting an example for the young guys. He's only 28. It's
Yeah,
insane.
and
Yeah.
still, he can still give you 30, 40 home runs a season.
Right.
And that's the thing too. Like his first two seasons here in Philly were actually I'm impressed. I was impressed, despite the fact a slow
Yeah.
start the first season, and then start getting hot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I actually see Harper going off this year. I really do. I mean, he was kind of playing. Keep in mind, he was going off at the beginning of 2020, but he ran into a back issue. But he always plays hurt. He played hurt in 2016. I actually
Yeah,
just found that out recently because I was doing some research. He played hurt in 2016, so he never comes out and says it. It's like kind of kept under the carpet, but he plays hurt all the time. And
which
he
is
won't say,
weird. Like
yeah,
you would notice it in most players.
yeah,
Like right now, for me, like you said, we're like nothing but like a wild card. But now I mean, we still got this. I saw what the. I mean, we're still having a 162 game, but with the same rules still applied to the from the 2020 season, minus
right.
the no DH out of that, which that still pisses me off though.
Wow, really? I see. I actually disagree with you on that. I
Yeah,
like that.
I saw that they start keeping and I think the 7 inning doubleheaders. I think
Are they
I
going to
like
keep
that.
that?
I like
Are they
that
keeping that?
concept.
Are they
I
going to
mean,
keep that?
was it?
Are they keeping that 7 inning doubleheader?
Yeah,
I
and
don't.
the
I'm indifferent about that. I can go either way.
yeah,
I think it's easier on the players. I'm actually kind of in favor of it.
because like if you're looking from the health side of it, like you can get like a few guys a day off or two, or get them off.
Yeah, yeah. I'm okay with it. Like,
Plus, it rests your bullpen. It depends on how many you have in the bullpen.
yeah,
Because
I'm in favor. Yeah,
but
I like
now
that.
the only issue is that I don't like is the runner on second base. I don't
Hate it. Hate it.
pitcher myself. That ruins it for me. Like
Well,
that puts a lot
it's changing the rules of the game. Like the game
exactly
doesn't work that way.
because
Like that's
number
not
one,
how the
like
game works. Like he's changing rules of the game. The sport's been around since 1868. You don't do
exactly
that.
because it's like number one, you're putting a lot of pressure on pitchers. I
Yeah.
mean, see, I would have because if I were Tony Clark, like I would have switched the DH and
Yeah.
I would keep the DH but get rid of that second base role because I think the DH it would help with most teams, especially with us anyways.
Right.
Let's say
Exactly.
especially with Real Muto.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's gonna be. I think you will eventually see the DH go to the National League. If you want my opinion.
Yeah, like just
Probably won't be for a couple more years, but honestly, I think that they do have an opposing like they do have a good argument. Like I don't agree with it. I don't think that I do like the pitchers hitting, but like at the same time, like I do hear what their argument is, and like yeah, they have a good argument. Yeah, like they would add more offense to the game and make the game more exciting, and like yeah, they do make a good point because the DH would provide an extra offensive bat in the line. Of course, when a pitcher hits, it's almost like just an
Yeah,
automatic out. Like it's
because like we don't really have good hitting pitchers.
yeah, we
And,
don't. Yeah, well, Jake Arrieta hit I think he hit a one home run in 2018 at
and he also
Oracle Park
he has a
against the
couple
Giants.
postseason ones against Bumgarner.
Yeah, I think he hit two, right? I think he go like.
I think he had one against Bumgarner. That was when they
2016. That was in 2016.
yeah 2016. And the funny thing
Yeah.
is, I actually jumped on the Cubs bandwagon on that too as well.
So did I. Yeah, I rooted for them in 2016.
Like, because like you got to feel bad for the lifelong Cubs fans, for almost a century of of complete mediocrity.
Yeah. There
Now,
was like some old wives' tale that said that the woman was born in 1908 and then she or 19 what year did how many years did he go out winning World Series? Like 108, right?
108.
Yeah, so she was born in 1908 and then she passed away on the night that they won the World Series or something. Like I
Yeah,
know that was just
I
his
don't know if
wives'
I heard of
tale.
that one.
Yeah, that
Now
was
I've been reading reports like on like Tampa, like there's something going on with the Cubs organization right now.
yeah, there is. Yeah, ever since Theo Epstein left there, they've kind of been at a
Yeah, it's
whole
like it's been
debacle.
nothing but like nothing but dominoes falling.
They should trade Javier Baez, but I think they should wait until midway through the 21 season because they're not going
Yeah,
to get much
because
for
it's
him right
like
now because like he had a horrible 20 season. So I
yeah.
think that they should
I mean, the
like
dude's
trade
an
him midway
excellent
through
defense.
21.
He's an over like it's a really good player to watch.
Yeah, like that's what like I don't really get like why teams like would wait like unless like of course he's going to be free agent at the end of this year, but you can get so much for a guy if you wait until the deadline. So much for a guy
Exactly.
because it's more pressure.
Like now, I mean, even Chris Bryant is kind of ticked off a little bit here and there. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's yeah I like
I
Chris Bryant. Yeah.
plus also heard they're also shopping Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo, yeah, yeah. I wonder
Like
where he's going to go. I think the Nationals would have been a good fit
that's
until they
my
went out and
thing.
traded
Like,
for Josh
where would you
Bell.
go?
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I think the Nationals would have been a good fit before they went out and traded for Josh Bell
Yeah,
for
I
Anthony
got
Rizzo.
that. See, I'm not a Pirates fan, but man, were they bad.
Yeah, yeah, I know, right? Man, they really were.
There's another guy that Kella, Keon Kella. That's
Uh,
another guy I want to have in the bullpen.
yeah, yeah. I mean, actually, I think he'd be great. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, despite the fact the Pirates having a lot of crap, especially with not talking about that Felipe Vasquez stuff. That's whatever happened for that
Yeah,
crap.
right. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. But
Yeah.
yeah, Keon Kella. That's the thing too. Like we could have had a stacked bullpen with Hendricks, Colomé, with Trinan. Well, maybe not Trinan, but have like Kella. Uh, see, one start I would have had. I wish the Philly would have jumped on was Corey Kluber.
Yeah. Injuries. Don't love
Not
Corey
injured,
Kluber.
but
That the Yankees have. And the Yankees are like the Mets now. Like they don't want to spend money. They're scared of spending money. Honestly, like they're
yeah, and they took like I love DJ LeMahieu more than anybody else.
I like him too. He's good. He's very
Like
good.
he's very underappreciated by most the way that baseball presents it.
Yeah,
Same with
he.
Arenado. It's we already I mean I know we kind of wasted the potential on Franco because I know we can.
Called him
He's been
up too early. I think a little bit too early.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that should be like a PS. I think Dabrowski needs to start bringing that message. Like don't like rush our prospects too early.
I know, man. It's like ridiculous. It's terrible.
Because I know we did all right with Bohm, but the problem is he's got to be a little bit better on the defensive side.
Right. Yeah.
He's
Exactly.
like when you need him the most, like he's clutch when you really need it.
Because he has a simple approach. He doesn't try to destroy the baseball. He just has a nice clean
I
stroke.
mean, like when at least get that all out of the way. Like I don't know if was it you or somebody else posted on Instagram his stat line prediction.
I didn't do stat predictions this year, so it must have
Like
been
someone
somebody else.
predicted like he would hit like 26 home runs and like 90 something ribbies.
Right.
That's the
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
For me, I would see yeah, I would see right there. I mean, this is going to be his first full season, so like that'd be appropriate.
I'm so excited to see what he's gonna do.
Oh,
Like I think he's
definitely.
gonna have a good year, like a really good year.
I think mostly everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And did you hear that John Lester is gonna wear number 34 in the Nationals?
Oh my god. See, that's the thing. Like, I loved
So
John Lester
funny,
when I was
bro.
growing up. Like the
Yeah,
guy,
he was good with
had
the Red
cancer in
Sox.
his ass. Had cancer going through the minors. It's like,
I heard
dude,
about that. Yeah, I
yeah, it's
like
just,
John Lester. Yeah, I just kind
he's
of find it funny that he's gonna be wearing Harper's old
wearing
number.
Bryce Harper's old number. And
Yeah, it's so
when
funny.
Harper came over here, I I respected what he did out of for he wants like Howdy to be like the last Philly to ever wear number 34.
Because he would have worn number 7. The reason why he wore number 34 is because Mickey Mantle. So he wore number 7. 33 plus 4 is 7. Then he couldn't wear number 7 because Michael Franco had number 7.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then he wore number 3 because he has a logo that has like BH, like that has the
Yeah, I
3
saw
and
that.
the B. Yeah. So like he just dropped the 4.
But still, like,
It has still the H, but he still has the 3
yeah, I
in the
saw
card
it
of
like
the
all of
B.
his like cleats and stuff. Like you'll
I
see that.
love that. That's so cool. Whoever
But
came up with
also,
that
I
design
think
is
I
like
like
really
the way
good.
he respects the organization as a whole and what he.
I
I
love
mean,
Bryce. He's awesome. He's my favorite. He's just,
uh,
I love his attitude. He's
yeah,
not a homegrown player, though. That's the only thing about him. Like you said, outside of organization guy. But I like having like that one guy that comes outside the
but
organization. I like
he's in
that.
that Philly mindset. Like he's in that blue collar because he knows he comes from a blue collar
Because his
background.
dad was an iron worker. I met his dad. His dad is awesome. His
And
dad
that's
is
the thing too.
great.
Like
Ron,
that's why I
love
think
Ron.
him and Philly are like a perfect match because
No
Philly
question.
is a
I was
collar
saying that
town.
during the music free agent. I said he'd be great here. I was totally saying that.
And
I
it
was
took almost a March to almost get to sign him.
right. Oh, let's say here. Oh, some other news here. Report from Tim Kelly. Report Phillies leaning toward inviting Odubel Herrera to spring training.
Oh fuck
Interesting.
that! Screw that! Nope. Mm-mm.
You don't like it?
What Philly's bringing Odubel?
Yeah.
Nope. After what he's done, that just
Did he? I
I
thought he
lost respect for
apologized. I
him.
know. I understand what he did was wrong. It was totally immoral, totally wrong. I
But
don't support it.
he wasn't as good as people would say he was.
Yeah.
He was like the left-handed version of Hunter Pence, if you put it that way. He's so unorthodox.
Yeah. He's not a very pure hitter, is he? No, he's not.
Unless you hit a home run like on the top of home plate, if you can get lucky with that.
Remember Max Scherzer? He owned Max Scherzer. He always would
I
hit
love
home
Max
run ball.
Scherzer.
What was that?
I love Max Scherzer.
Same, dude. He's my favorite pitcher in all of baseball.
Like
He's a beast.
yeah,
Love that
despite
guy. Going out there with a black eye, just like throwing darts, man. That guy.
yeah,
He's awesome. Yeah, he's awesome. He's a beast.
yeah,
He's a beast. So, yeah, I mean I think that's pretty much it. I think we've covered
yeah.
a
We
lot
pretty
here
much covered
tonight.
everything for when it comes to baseball news.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was nice doing this collab with you, man. Hope to do
Yeah,
it again soon.
yeah. And if you want to be on my podcast, because I need more guys on my show, anyways.
Yeah, I'd love to come on anytime, man. Just hit me up.
Because usually I'm always doing it on Mondays. Sundays and Wednesdays are my YouTube days.
Yeah. So all right, we'll just stop the recording there. But yeah, I thought that went pretty well. Anything?
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna head off because I got work in the morning.
There you go. And what do you do?
I work at McDonald's for a living.
Oh, really? That's cool. How is it?
Not too bad.
Mm-hmm. Which McDonald? What do you live in? PA or Jersey?
Jersey. I'm a Jersey boy.
Same here, man. Yeah.
All right, I gotta cut off.
Peace out, man.
Peace.